One of my favorite areas of friction is packaging friction. People hate these like horrible heat-sealed plastic clamshell packages that you have to get your way into with sharp instruments and risk personal injury. And Amazon found that people not only liked their frustration-free cardboard packaging better, but the products themselves had far fewer negative reviews when they were packaged that way. But you point out in the book that sometimes a little bit of extra friction in the packaging can be a good thing. What are a couple of examples of that?
I talk a bit about a Michael Norton study from 2012, I think, the IKEA effect that people may well be aware of. And it's essentially the idea that the more effort you put into a product, the higher quality you perceive it to be. So their example, recruit a load of people, bring half into a room with a pre-assembled IKEA box, get them to bid on the box, say how much they're prepared to pay for it to take it home. I think from memory, it's like 40 cents or something like that. Next group, they're brought into the room, same IKEA box, but this time it hasn't been assembled. They get the participants to build the box, and then afterwards they ask them to bid on it and say how much they're prepared to pay to take it home with them. And I'm doing this from memory, but I think something like, say, 60 cents is the average bid. So it's about a 50% variation. The argument here is because people have put effort into it, they feel that that product is going to be higher quality. Now, you can apply this, I think, in areas like packaging. The effort that people put in, you don't want to get interpreted as frustration. But if you put friction in at the right moment, then it can help bolster some of those quality perceptions. So you think about Apple, for example. When the iPhone arrives, it doesn't arrive in a cardboard box that just pops open with a single flip. You have to just gently peel it out from that cardboard outer, and there's just enough pressure that whilst it's not complex to do, it does take a little bit of effort. That's a brilliant way of turning a bit of friction into a perception of quality. Now, sometimes as you begin talking about that experiment, people think, wow, wait a minute. 1 second you're saying remove friction, second you're saying add friction. Now, I would explain that contradiction by saying which of those experiments is appropriate depends on the context and the challenge. If you want to change behavior, 99 times out of 100, remove friction. Removing a small barrier will have an unexpectedly large effect. So if it's about changing behavior, if you think there is an intermediary step where you want to boost perceptions of quality, well, that's where you might want to add friction at a very select moment or two, whether it's the apple box or the cork in a wine bottle. Be very careful about removing those types of friction where it sets up expectations about product quality.